it's making the class.
Yeah,
Share with him.
I'm here since last December 20. Last the final of the last year.
Okay.
And your first class, your first discussion.
Yes, my first day ever.
It's going to be okay, Thales. You will see it's going to be nice. Well,
Okay.
we always start introducing ourselves. I know you told a little bit about you for us, but now we are live here on YouTube. We're gonna share with the people who we are again. You can say more things about you, like your hobbies, things you like to do, some other information about you too. Okay, but I will start with Felipe. So Felipe, can you share with us who you are?
Yes, my name is Felipe. I'm from São Paulo. I'm living here now, but maybe I'm moving to Pernambuco. I think I think about, because São Paulo is too expensive, and I'm unemployed now, and my rent is very expensive, almost 3,000 reais. And Pernambuco, I think is the life for Thales. I have a child. My son, my son is Francisco. His name is Francisco. He's 4 years old. I think I don't know. For him is good. The small city in Pernambuco to live in almost iron place. I don't know. The place in contact of nature. I'm a content designer, and I needed a new opportunity. I think that's it.
Very good. Yes, I really liked what you said. It's true. São Paulo is really expensive. I'm thinking of moving out next year to live in Minas. So yes, and the prices in other states are much better, right? Like here, it's really expensive. Like depending on the neighborhood, if you want to have access to everything, it's really expensive. Yeah,
He is for me is one of the best place in São Paulo, because it's near downtown Paulista, Avenida Paulista Avenue. I don't have a car because all the thing is near.
I feel you. Very good. Very good. Yeah.
But expensive.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, I live in São Paulo too, so I understand what you're saying. Well, about me, besides the fact that I said I live in São Paulo, I like to dance. I've been learning Spanish since last year, so this is one of my hobbies. Dancing is another hobby I have. What else? You already know I work here on TALKNTALK as a community manager. And I also work as an English teacher. I'm graduated in languages. I graduated in the beginning of the year. And I think that's it. I love languages. I love talking to people. This is something that makes me really happy, like talking to other people, sharing experiences. And I think that's it about me. And how about you, Tali? Share with us a bit more about who you are.
Okay, let's go. But I thought it's really expensive living in São Paulo because here where I live is 150 the rent monthly, and it's very, very lower than 3,000. Yes. So, but about me now, I am starting working with marketing. I started with sales in the internet. So I I graduated in civil engineering, but now I'm not working in this area. So my passion is sales and marketing. So I'm going to this path, and let me know. I like rock music. I use it to play soccer, but now I am just stop it just to focus on my job, my work, and I have a cat, and that's
Nice.
it.
What's your cat's name?
It's Tommy,
Tommy.
and
Okay. Nice.
he is 4 months, a year old. Just
4 months. 4 months. It's a baby.
yes, it's a baby. It's
That's sweet.
born, born born. It's the past of born.
Yes, or like you can say it was born. Was born.
He was born in the December last year.
Okay, that's really sweet. I can imagine how cute it is. You know, as a kitten, really cute. Very good.
Oh,
If you want to take him,
I
it's
will
okay.
try get him.
Okay.
From
I would love to see it. Please take him and show us, please.
okay.
Well, Fabi, long time no see you. Welcome aboard. I missed
Hi, good
you.
evening.
Are
Yeah,
you
it's been
okay?
a long time. Yes, I'm fine, and you?
That's great. I'm good too. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Fabiana. I'm from São Carlos, city, for São Paulo, from São Paulo. I'm 33 years old. I work with IT. I'm here in Talk and Talk. I think, I don't know, a few months ago, I think. But I stay a time away from here, but I came back and I really want to go straight in my studies. That's it.
That's good. It's really good to have you here. I must confess, I met when you guys don't attend the immersion, and I was thinking of you these days. I swear, I was like, "Where's Fabi? A long time no see." It's been a while since I saw her, so it's good to have you back. Good to know
Thank
you
you.
are back to your practices. Well, and today we're going to talk about protests, and you already have the questions in the chat. And I will start from the second question. And I want to know from you guys if you think protesting is something good or bad. How do you see protest, the movement? Do you think this is positive or not? I will start from you, Fabi. What do you think about protests?
Well, I think it's a good thing. It's a right for the citizens, I think. Citizens' right. But I don't know. I think there's a limit, and the reasons have to be a good reason for do that because I think protests for long days cause a huge impact to the society, to the economy. So I think it's good. I think it's good, but you have to consider the consequences and this thing.
It's true. It's true. Like sometimes the like depending on the protests, the consequences can be really hard for a city. Like 2 weeks ago here in São Paulo, the workers from the subway station, they went on a strike, and then the city stopped. Like people couldn't go to work because everything was not working, so it was really negative. But I agree with you, everybody has the right to do it. And it is difficult to judge too, because everybody can do that, right? So it's difficult. How do you see it, Thales?
So I agree with most things that Fabiana talked about. I think it's a good thing because everyone has has your own opinion and must be expressed, but always with respect. I think it's the minimum. It's a good thing. And so the protests about common opinions, it's very good for everybody, but maybe some protests about our personal options, it's not a good thing, because everyone has one opinion, has options to go forward, and I think that's it.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you, and it's nice what you said, that it is important, because if there is no protest, a lot of times things don't change, right? So I think it is an important to change stuff. I think it is important. How do you see it, Felipe?
I think it's important, and the protest is important to pressure, for example, pressure the government to change something about education, social demands. No, but for example, in 8 January, the protests in Brasilia, for me was very bad, because the main I don't know, the idea is from conspiracy. It's not the real demands is for example social education. On the other side, for example, the subway protest, for the population, a lot of people who depends of the transporting is very bad. But on the other side, the workers don't receive the I don't know, the salary, aumento de salário. I think 2 years ago is stopped the.
That's true. That's true. They didn't have any raises on their salary, so they were fighting for it. So I agree with you. This is a way of changing things, and I feel these workers, they know the impact their jobs have in the city. So they do this on purpose, to be heard and to have their rights guaranteed, right? I think they.
Yes, good purpose, but the consequences is not good.
Yes, it's true. Yes, they are bad. Yeah. The next question, I have no idea, because I must confess I didn't see anything about protests that are happening right now in the world, but you guys can help me. Maybe we can Google it together. Do you know which protests are happening around the world right now? And do you agree with them? Do you know any protests that is happening around the world, Thales?
In Israel, there are protests in Israel because I think the government or some politics wanna change the judicial system, I think.
All right.
I think
that's true. I found here on Google. I'm using this tool to help me.
In France,
that's true.
Because the I don't know the aposentadoria.
The retirement. let me check for you. Retirement,
The government wanna cut the retirement. Yes,
the pension.
the pension. Yes,
Yes, the money they give to the elderly, right? Yes,
yes.
pension. How bad? It's true. It's true. I know. I saw this one these days on the news, but I just forgot. Very good. It is important. Do you agree with this protest, Felipe?
Yes, because in Israel, some politics wanna change the system just yes, because I don't know, because they can change. I don't know the main object. I think is I don't know, is on I don't
If you
remember.
want to say, if you want to mix Portuguese, it's okay. If you want to say the word in Portuguese.
Interests. Seus interesses. I don't remember what I think.
Interests,
The power, cut the power of the judiciary. I think.
I got it. All right, very good. So it
I
seems
agree.
important, right?
I agree with the Protestants
Mhm.
because the politics wanna desbalancear the
Unbalanced, maybe unbalanced.
opposite of the balance.
Mhm. Yeah, like you can say unbalanced. They're both
Unbalanced.
Yes. Very
It
good.
is for me. It's very bad to the country. The justice needs to balance.
I got it. Very good, very good. I didn't know about this one in Israel. I knew about the one in France, but I must confess I didn't know about this one. So thank you so much for sharing with us. Do you know anyone, Thales, besides this one?
In fact, I'm in total blind about news in general because I didn't watch TV. It's a long time. I think years ago, and news last news I didn't watch because I don't know. I think it's not good for me now, and it's just an option. But I think it's very important to be in touch, to be the minimum about what is happening in general in our country and our city. Just the basic.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, I usually watch I am just like you. I usually watch the news in the morning, the morning news, and this like usually helps me to get informed a little. I like to read the newspaper, but I go to the things I like. I like to read about parenting, about health, and then sometimes I don't read the other kinds of news about other subjects, unfortunately. So I'm kind of just like you. Yeah. Fabi, do you know any other?
No. No idea.
All right, no problem at all. But there is a nice question here that is number 8 that I want to ask you about the different ways we can protest, like we can do to fight for our rights. And I want to know from you if you have already protested against something. Can you share with us if you have this experience?
Me? Okay.
Yes.
once, but I regret, I think, because today I disagree. But I went to the protest against Dilma, 2012, 13, I don't remember. But I regret to do that because in the end, as I said, not that I like Dilma, not at all, but in the end, I think the impact was really bad for the country. For example, my father at the time he works with I don't know how to say that in English, but aluminum is a thing. How can I say? Based, I don't know, baseado no dollar, based on dollar. So the dollar increased a lot and makes me feel guilty to be there one day at Mini Paulista with the, I don't know, cartolina. So it makes me feel silly and I regret because in the end it was a mess.
Yes, that's true. But I think it's good that you understand nowadays that it wasn't the best choice, but it's nice. So this is like one of the ways like we can do, right? Go to the street and like fight and try to scream and to do this to change, right? I was thinking of some other way we can do to like protest is to sign a list, like abaixo assinado. I forgot how to say this in English, but this is something really common here in my building, in my condo. This happened this day. Like people didn't want oh my God, so many difficult words they sindica. Like people didn't want the sindica anymore, and then we signed the liquidator. I don't know if this is the name for sindica, but we signed the paper to make her
Petition.
leave.
Petition.
Petition, perfect. Yes, we signed the petition, and then she left the job, and it was pretty good. Now we're trying to find a new one, but this is another
I
way
signed
to
many petition. Me, but I
yeah,
think
who
is
was the last one?
I
Do you
don't
remember
remember.
the last one? No,
But
correct.
I think it's not effective.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe a lot of people sign. I think is more effective.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever like protested against something? Share with us, just like Papi on the street or
Yes,
another way of protest.
yes. Protect professors, protest workers. One may many protests because in the past I was a punk guy. I went a lot of protests in my life, but nowadays I'm a father. I'm tired. Yes, but maybe in 20 May no, not April 20 or 20 April.
April 20th.
April 20, I'm going to protest in my schools, the schools of school of my son, because the attacks, you know,
Yes.
is a peace protest.
Really bad what is happening in our country in terms of these attacks, right? Really dangerous too. Like we can see the numbers increasing, and it's just April, like, and this is happening. So it's.
I went to a meeting, emergency meeting, you know, last no, yesterday. But a lot of fathers and mothers in panic, almost in panic.
Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine. It is really serious. So good to know you are going to get together to fight for it. I think this is really important, like parents together. I think this is a good step to connect and to, I don't know, like try to fight for it somehow, right? Very good.
I needed to keep in stay free. No, free. No, stay. I don't know. Cold. No cold. It's not in panic. In
To
calm. Be calm.
right?
Yes, be calm. And for me, it's very important to communicate, unit the community, not arm the teachers, for example.
Yes. No. Bad idea. And this is something that happens. Like I know in the US there are some like teachers that they have their guns, you know. I think it's really complicated. Yeah. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Felipe. And how about you, Thales? What other ways can we protest? And have you ever protested against something? Share with us.
So I've never protested against anything in the person walking in the street. I think, but maybe my thinking is about protest is yes, it's very useful, and I think it's in the most of time it's very it's be resulted in a good thing, and but sometimes I think it's a loss of time because the subject about the protest or something, it's more than just some people walking the street just hanging some folders and shouting out. I think it's and sometimes it's not very effective, and I just save my time. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, like, and sometimes, like, depending on the number of people, we can see the change too. So we feel there is no impact because like nothing changed if it's a small number of people too, and it is complicated.
But just in some subjects, and others, I think it's the thinking must be different because one person can make the difference because one person talking to another and like that. Yes, and some causes must be tem que ser
like ouvidas.
Ouvidas.
They must be heard.
Must be heard.
Yes, must be heard. That's true. That's true. They must be heard, and I agree with you. Felipe, do you want to add something?
Can you repeat?
Of course, I asked you if you want to add something to this, to what Tali said. It's okay if you don't. I will ask you another question. Okay, it's all right. Like we were talking about protests, and you mentioned the protests that happened in January, right? Like January 8th. How do you think police should deal with protesters? Let's go to question number 5. Should they use violence? Like, do you think violence works? How do you see it?
The 5 question.
4.
4. Think, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
A bit. I think for me, in my experience, the police always against the protesters. one day, for example, we with my friend, my punk friend, and the police punch, no, I don't know,
They hit you,
hit you with cacetete. But for me, the police is complicated because the policemen the category, you know, the category they received the money to contain the protest. But in my opinion, for me, police has the unity with the rest of the population to change the world in my dream. But all the in many protests, police content the protest, content cut the protest.
Yeah, they don't want this to happen, and I think it's really negative. For example, a lot of times the protests are not violent, they are calm, everything is going well, and then the police tries to use violence against the protesters when there is no need, you know. Like sometimes like protesters just want to be heard, they just want to say what they think, and the police officers, they just use violence to finish, or to, I don't know, yeah, to get rid of them, you know. But as you said, I think sometimes they are demanded to do this, you know. So they are workers, right? So a lot of times, like someone tells them, look, you should use violence and you should finish this. So it is really difficult, because since they are workers, a lot of times they do what like people tell them to do, right? So
In generate is a specific case that the police agree with the protests.
yeah,
And
not yeah, really bad. How do you see it, Thais? Oh, sorry.
when I saw the violence, not the destruction, total destruction.
Yeah, it was really sad. That's true. It was bad. Go ahead, Thais, share your point of view with us.
So, in my opinion, but like I said, I have never protesting, but sometimes, in most cases, I think the policy start to acting with aggression, with aggressive,
Like violence, yeah.
like violence. It's because the protesters starting to be very aggressive too, starting to damage properties, start to hitting another people's, the don't respect the contains. I think so. The policy in the most cases, I think it's right, but it must be a limit, because sometimes among the protests have some old people's, childs, and it's I think it's not a very good thing to be aggressive with them.
That's true. That's true. Yes, it is complicated, because sometimes the protesters, they use violence, right? And this is something that happens. And sometimes the police officers use this as the reaction to the violence, right? Trying to respond to it. Yeah, it is complicated. It's a difficult subject.
It's very complicated, but if you can be out the protest, it's
Yeah.
better to avoid this.
Yeah, I've never, like, I always wanted to go on a protest, but I've never been because I am afraid of the violence. So I've never been to one, but I always wanted, like, every time I see it, I think, oh, I want to go, and then, oh, but what if something happens? I don't know how to deal with it, you know. So I always.
Sometimes, so,
What?
nowadays I don't go because I'm have a little bit don't know a lot of people with me. I don't remember the name. I have a don't brief. I don't know. I don't remember in Portuguese as well the word. A lot of people.
So I got it. You feel you don't have any air to breathe anymore. You can't
Yes,
breathe, right? Yeah.
yes,
I feel you. Very good. Yes, this is complicated. Usually when it's crowded, right? When there is a lot of people, it is complicated. Yeah. Guys, I added another question here that I want to know from you. What are the dangers in not protesting? So we talked a little bit about the dangers in protesting, like there can be violence, right? And what if we don't protest? What can happen? Can this be dangerous too, Felipe? How do you see it? The microphone is off.
so sorry.
It's okay.
I think is danger is not protest. I think you become become a petty person. You know, the person that a political I don't know, we are the political people, you know. We needed to organize the society, help to organize the society, and if you not protest anything, never, you just let the problem you need to concert, não preocupar, concert, no,
Concern.
concern. You need to concern because a lot of problems in. I think I can change the word by myself, but I needed to plantar, não sei dizer, minha semente.
Plant the seed. Yeah, plant the seed. Yeah.
Yes, plant the seed.
That's true. Amazing. Very good. Yes, it's true what you said. I think we always need someone who is going to be brave to start the movement, right? And then because like sometimes we have someone who thinks of something and then someone else thinks or has the same opinion, and then we start to find like a lot of people who are not satisfied or who don't a lot of people who don't agree with the situation. And I agree with you. If we don't protest or if we don't because sometimes like protesting is just saying we don't want something. Like we can do it at home with our family, right? And if we don't do something, other people will choose for us, and we will live a life other people are choosing. And this is really frustrating, right? To live a life someone else is making the decisions for us. It's really negative. So
yeah, nowadays I'm protesting in LinkedIn and Instagram.
I can see it. I saw you on LinkedIn today. Really nice. It is important. It is important, yeah.
And it's
Very
more safe.
Yes.
Yes, it's true. Like another day, I was talking here about online activism, which is something really common too. Like a lot of protests start online, right? Like when we have a lot of engagement online, it's easy to reach more people. So the internet is a big tool to protest, right? Yeah. Share with us, Thales, what do you think are the dangers in not protesting?
So it's so dangerous than protesting in the end, because I think the big things in our history started with the protesting, and it's obvious that is important, but not protesting. It's like you said, the people go with another opinions. Sometimes is different opinions, and in the final you will be frustrated. So you, I think you just have the you have to know the consequence, and if you go protesting or not, and you must be fine with your your actions.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
But for me, nowadays, it's very difficult to protest. For them, I think it's most no a lot of people, because the whole team, you need to, I think, take care my my child, and looking for a job, a many of things,
Mhm.
and
Okay,
I don't have
that's
the
the
time
moment of
to
your life.
protest.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to like I feel that sometimes we need to choose our battles, you know. You are choosing other battles now, like you are fighting for your son, fighting for your job, right? So these are the battles you chose right now, and it's okay, you know. Don't put a lot of pressure on you too, because you are fighting for other things, right? It's okay. Uh,
It's like why you will you go to the street protesting if you have to protecting your family first?
yes.
I think.
It's true. It's true. And I know a lot of parents who take their children to the protests, like if it sometimes it's a safe or it's a calm protest, right? And a lot of parents do this because I saw already, but I don't think everybody should do it. You know, if you don't feel it's going to be safe for your child, you just don't do it, and it's okay. You know, so um, as I said, fight your own battles and choose the battles you can and you want to fight, and it's okay. There's no problem at all from my point of view. You know, we were talking about online protests. Go ahead, Thales, you can say it.
So, like I was saying, I think it's nowadays it's very more impactant because it's more viral. You can reach more people in less time, and it's a very low restrictions. Um, Sometimes you can't be very aggressive in the socials networks, but you can spread all your thinking to all world, and so it's very it's a good thing sometimes, but just finish. I think it's more. I think it's more mais it's more effective in online protesting the just than physical protesting.
Yeah, and I think nowadays a lot of protests they start online, right? I don't know. Oh, let's protest against, I don't know. I don't like the cancel culture to like cancel people, but someone did something and then everybody's like protesting online against this person or against what this person did, and then uh, they will suffer the impact, right? They will be impacted because a lot of people were engaging and fighting and like protesting against the situation. So I think it is important, but depending on the situation, it doesn't work so much. For example, we were talking about the subway workers here in São Paulo. If they tried to do something online, it wouldn't work, But if they do this in person, there will be an impact that it's going to be bigger, So I think it depends on the objective of the protest. Like, why are you doing it? Depending on the goal, I think it's better on the streets, Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, very good. How do you see it, Felipe?
I think on the streets is better, not bad. It's good when the engage a lot of people. I think is the visual. I don't know the impact of a lot of people. Wow, screaming. I think, but it's interesting what the Talia said about the spread around the world, the protest impact around the world. I think on the street is it's good in regional, I don't know, local subjects, local demands.
I loved it. That's true. In our neighborhood, or for example, as it happened here in São Paulo, right? I really liked what you said. I totally agree with you. Very good. Guys, go ahead, Felipe. Go ahead. You can say it.
I think that's it. For example, when the objective is for example in subway workers, we they could they cut the transport in the online. It's not good, not effective.
Yeah, that's true.
For example, the trucker workers.
Yes, truck workers.
It is just similar. The obstruction, I don't know.
Yes, obstruction of the roads, right?
Roads, and that's similar.
It's
true.
Similar. It's true. Very good. I liked it. Guys, I will ask you the last one and then we will be over. This is going to be quicker, okay? What would you protest about? To choose a subject and share with us what would you protest about, Felipe?
I think nowadays for me is the protest about the social demands. For example, I don't remember in Portuguese, juros.
The taxes? Taxes.
The taxes to down the taxes, for example, because many companies has the difficulties because the big taxes, and the people the credit in housing credits, I think the credit to improve your small business is very difficult nowadays.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it is important, very good. And now, what do you think about it, Thales? What would you protest about?
I think the most important it's just to reduce the government and the taxes, and after that everything it's going to be okay because it's our Achilles, calcanhar de Achilles. I don't know the expression in English, but it's our weak point, ponto fraco, and here in Brazil. And if you just thinking more about it, it's the root of 99% of the problems in Brazil.
Very good. I liked it. I didn't think about that, but it's a good point. Guys, I just want to ask Thales now about his first experience. How was the first time here? Did you enjoy the subject, the conversation? Like, what were you expecting before?
Oh.
And did it meet your expectations?
So I think it's very good to this conversation. Active conversation is very good to practice it, and you as a teacher is very good. And I had some class like that in the physical when I was making English. Learning English in the FISC. It's about 5-6 years ago, but it's just like that, 3 or 4 people in the maximum in the class, and it's about a subject to someday, and just start with questions just like you did today. And I think it's the best way to practice English. Very good.
Amazing. I'm glad you had a good time. We are here every single day from Monday to Monday. Even on the weekends, you can be here with us. So enjoy this trial week for you, like these 7 days to attend the meetings and to attend the meetings with other hosts too. I'm sure it's going to be a good experience. You can send your feedback here in this link. Say if you liked the subject. You can also suggest subjects if you want to. And if you want to meet me in the other days, I am here on Mondays at 9 and on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Today I'm just replacing a girl, but I'm usually here in the morning. Okay, go ahead. You can say it. Do you have
just final question? Sorry, Philip. In the start plan, we have a limit of hours of class.
In this trial plan?
No, after that.
After that, it depends on the plan you choose. For example, we had some plans like the light version. You have a limited number of classes, but if you sign up for the pro plan, you have access to all the conversations in English, in Spanish, in French, and in Italian if you want to. So you'll also have access to other languages if you want to learn with us. This is also possible. Okay, so you have access to everything from Monday to Monday. But if you choose the light, it's like 50 hours per year. So you have to choose how you're going to do this class. You know, we have light, 50, light is 100. There are some numbers. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much, Felipe and Thales. Please come back more often. It will be a pleasure. And thank you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the conversation. Okay?
Thank you.